Hello, this is Tutorial Island, and today we're going to talk about vertical alignment. So as you see, we have two paragraphs here, and in those paragraphs are image set. So as you see, we have two of those, and it has exactly the same image. And we also have three inline block elements below those, which is not related with the paragraphs itself. So if you look at the code, we see that we have paragraph, we have image inside of it, and we have another paragraph, and we have image inside of it. Images has class logo 1 and logo 2. We also have div block element, which holds three inline block elements span, which has classes span element. So as you see also in CSS file, we have logo1 set as vertical align inherit. In this case, it's same as like not setting up anything because we don't have any extra CSS classes defined. So this actually would be the same as nothing. I just kept it to fill up the class itself. The second one has actually parameter vertical align baseline, which essentially is the kind of default behavior for um, vertical alignment in text. And we have span element, which has a border of 1 pixel solid black color. So let's check how the vertical alignment actually works. So we actually could see that vertical alignment has quite few parameters here. We just had baseline. So let's try to use middle, which is more common to use. So let's refresh that, and you see it actually moved the text in the middle of the image. So it takes the largest element, kind of, and it centers everything inside of that specific paragraph in this case. So if I change this to top, it would actually move the text to the top of the block element. So actually to make it more readable or visible in this case, I would like to add a border as well for our paragraphs. So solid, let's make them blue, and let's see how that looks. So as you see, it goes directly to the top of the element. So if we actually would reduce the image dimensions, so let's say we change width to 75 pixels, we also change height to 75 pixels, and we would copy all that to second paragraph as well. So that would look like that. So if you would like, we could actually add two of the images to see the difference and make one of them a bit larger. So in this case, we have this paragraph, which holds two images and holds some text in it. One of the images is slightly larger than other. So let's see how that looks on our perspective. So this looks like something is messed up. Okay. Okay, so that looks like logo class should be logo 2 and logo 2 because we uh, assign them now different vertical alignment properties, and that makes it uneven on the paragraph level. So as you see, logo 2 has a vertical alignment top. So after saving this and refreshing, we seeing that vertical alignment is set to top because all the elements is aligned to top of the main element. So if I change that to middle, as you probably guessed, it will actually center everything of that element's middle. So interesting thing is that those parameters are kinda related with line height. So if I do line height of 100 pixels and refresh it, we actually seeing that on developer tools that our line is high, and we have setting set to inherit in this case, and maybe we should check this one. So this paragraph is actually higher because our image expands it. But if we reduce the image, or maybe we increase the line size to 200, which would be slightly larger than our image, we would see that our paragraph is now slightly bigger, as you see here and here. It actually has around 5-7 pixels spacings from top and bottom, and our images are centered depending on that line height, which is 200 in this case. So if I do like 300 pixels, that would actually increase the space from top and bottom. So this is kind of vertically aligned. It's like middle or center. Middle is proper term, but it's kind of centered vertically. We also have something like sub, which has slightly different behavior. So in this case, as you see, our paragraph is the like same size as of 200, but everything is aligned to the most largest element's bottom. So in this case, this is image, and everything is aligned from like it starts from the top, ends here, and everything else is aligned to that specific element. If we do change sub to something like text top, which actually does what it actually says, so it aligns to the top of the text. We also have text bottom, and that does kind of the same thing as bottom. We also can define the vertical alignment by like in pixels. So let's say 10 pixels. That would actually move everything by 10 pixels to top, and it's not very well visible. So let's remove the line height and see it now. So as you see, everything was moved 10 pixels above. So it actually moves everything by, like not everything, but images in this case by 10 pixels above. So if I do a bit more, we could actually see that images has like moved 100 pixels to top. I also could provide negative value, I assume, which would work like that. So if I do minus 50%, which moves the text like about 50% of its font size. So as you see, we can use not only pixels, but we also can use percentage, points, EM, or any other measurement types. So that's how it looks. So let's see what we can do with those three span elements. So as we already understood, the line height is kind of our main parameter, which allows us to control our inline elements. So I made line height for this one 50 pixels, and all of those are aligned in the same row. So let's make it a bit more interesting, and let's do this one bottom. Let's do this one middle, and let's do this one top. So if I write down something like top, vertical alignment top, middle, which would be obviously vertical alignment middle, and bottom, which would be vertical alignment bottom. We also need to define our div size, which holds our elements. So let's do that here. Let's make it height of, let's say, 150 50 pixels, and that actually changes nothing because we need to define line height, which is our main parameter for aligning vertically. So since our line is 150 pixels height, and each of our element actually takes only 50% of height, we 50 pixels of height, we actually can align them like in that weird order in this case. So this is bottom, this is middle, and this is top, as it's seen right here. So we can change something like let's say middle one like 50 pixels, and that would look like that because it was moved from the middle 50 pixels above. So if I change that to minus 50 pixels, that would go to the bottom. So you kind of get the idea how that works, I assume. So I think that's it for today, and thank you for watching. Click a subscribe button, maybe thumbs up, and see you next time.